The town was called Winthrop. It promised peace. It promised a new start. For Sarah, it was a sanctuary. She was running from a past that haunted her. Winthrop, with its quaint charm, seemed the perfect place to hide. The town welcomed her with open arms, or so she thought. The townspeople were friendly. They were curious too. They asked about her past. She kept her answers vague. She didn't want to scare them away. Sarah just wanted to blend in. She wanted to forget. The house stood on a hill overlooking Winthrop. It was a beautiful Victorian house. It had a wraparound porch and a sweeping view. The house had been empty for years, but it was well maintained. It felt welcoming. Sarah felt drawn to it. The realtor was a cheerful woman. She spoke about the house's history. She mentioned a family that had lived there long ago, but they had met a tragic end. The details were unclear. Sarah didn't pry. She was already in love with the house. She decided to buy it. Winthrop was the kind of town where everyone knew each other. People stopped to chat on the street. Children played freely in the park. There was a sense of community that Sarah had never experienced before. She started to feel a sense of belonging. She began to relax. She spent her days exploring the town. She visited the local shops. She had coffee at the corner cafe. People were kind to her. They invited her to their homes. She politely declined. She wasn't ready to let anyone in. Not yet. As the days turned into weeks, Sarah started to notice things that made her uneasy. She felt like she was being watched. She would catch glimpses of shadows moving in the corners of her eyes. She heard whispers at night. She dismissed it as her imagination. She was still adjusting to her new life, but the feeling persisted. It grew stronger. She started to lose sleep. She was plagued by nightmares. In her dreams, she was trapped. Someone was watching her. Their eyes were cold and menacing. She would wake up in a cold sweat, her heart racing. The legend of Forrest Carter. One evening, Sarah was at the local library. She was looking for books on the history of Winthrop. She stumbled upon an old newspaper article. It was about a man named Forrest Carter. He had lived in Winthrop many years ago. He was a respected member of the community, but he had a dark secret. Forrest Carter was a serial killer. He had terrorized Winthrop for years. He would stalk his victims. He would watch them for days. He was obsessed with their fear. He would leave behind a calling card, a single eye drawn on a piece of paper. He was never caught. The case went cold. The walls have eyes. The article sent chills down Sarah's spine. She felt a sense of dread wash over her. She rushed home. Her mind raced. She couldn't shake off the feeling that she was being watched. She started to examine her house, looking for any signs of intrusion. That's when she saw it. Behind a loose piece of wallpaper in the attic, she found them. Dozens of eyes, drawn in intricate detail, staring back at her with an unnerving intensity. They were hidden everywhere, behind paintings, under floorboards, even inside the walls. Her house was a shrine to Forrest Carter. Unmasking the truth. Sarah was horrified. She felt sick to her stomach. She had been living in a house built on a foundation of evil. She had to get out. She ran from the house. She drove to the police station. She told them everything. The police were skeptical at first, but they agreed to investigate. The police searched the house. They found more than just drawings. They found evidence of Carter's crimes, tools, restraints, even a hidden room in the basement. It was a nightmare. The house was a testament to Carter's madness. Living with the ghosts of Winthrop. The news of the discovery sent shockwaves through Winthrop. The town was in disbelief. They had been living with a monster in their midst, and they had never known. The house on Hawthorne Lane was demolished, but the memory of Forrest Carter lingered. Sarah left Winthrop. She couldn't escape the terror. The eyes followed her. In her dreams, she still felt their gaze. Winthrop, with its charming facade, held a dark heart. Sarah learned that some wounds never truly heal. Some secrets are best left buried.